being literally a cultural attribute. It's like, it's just destined to stay that way. And I'm like, no, there have been policies and all sorts of things that made it that. But I do think that there's this sort of understanding within folks that sort of make sure that there's poverty level economic maintenance, that, you know, we're not thinking about wealth creation.
Economic maintenance.
Yes.
What is that? It sounds like a zoo almost.
Well,
where you have to have the maintenance of the animals.
Yes.
Something to this sort. Is it something like that?
well, it's just an understanding that if you concentrate poverty, poverty is concentrated. And it stays that way. It stays at that level.
So why are they so upset?
Why? I think because
They don't have blueberries. You don't have blueberries.
Are they poor?
I don't think they have really understand historically.
Did you not
what
hire
has
them?
been-
Did they apply to work in the gun?
Maybe they do want a job. Maybe that's what it
They
is.
just don't know how to ask for it.
Maybe that's it. Or maybe they truly believe what's been told to our communities, that there's only one way to be in our community.
Blackberry.
That, and I believe that is the absolute
That's
truth.
I heard that. You said it's a what? It's a
It's a
black.
black.
You see?
Like to them, I am inauthentic because I talk about money.
Yes, he's a blue one.
Yeah, he's a blue influencer.
Yes, he
And
is.
a
He's a blue one.
Yeah, we love you.
We see you.
We
We
see
see
you.
you.
Turn at some point.
I see her.
Give him a bottle of water. I think he did some labor tonight for free.
Yes, he did. Security.
So a diplomat.
Yes, he is. He's a diplomat. Diplomat.
He's a diplomat.
Yes.
A diplomat.
Yes.
Diplomat.
Oh, you a diplomat? I think you are too because you
Yes.
never quite well.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
You see, on a good safari, you need a great navigator.
You do.
When you go off into an adventure and forge ahead, you see, you need a map,
Yes.
and you need water,
Yes.
and you definitely need someone to ride shotgun.
Yes. And you were a compass. You had a moral compass. Yes.
And
I
more.
do.
You showed them love, even though they showed you hate.
Yes.
For crying out loud. you
In
called
fact, darling, I felt that it was a bit more. It was more even fear.
And pain. And pain. There is so much pain in our communities, and it was placed
The
there
black
on purpose. Yes.
It's a black hate.
Yes.
It's a black
It
hate.
is,
hate.
that is
Black
it.
hate. It's a
And
black
there's
hate.
so much pain, and we like to almost like it to a certain extent because it's like, well, this is what it is. And so when anything comes face to face with them that is different and is saying, no, we don't have to tolerate that, it becomes scary. It's like, can we really do that? Like, yeah, yes, but the thing is, it is, and believe me, it's painful on my end too, to go through what I go through.
Well, you look marvelous. You're 52.
That jacket, darling.
This jacket that you like, okay, can I just tell you about this jacket because it actually makes sense. So our little coffee shop, it was literally the first coffee shop, third gathering space, community gathering space. It was the inside of a pharmacy or a health center or a community center that nobody really wants to go to because that's where like little kids go to. But a gathering spot where you could feel cool. We open up our coffee shop. We do employ locally, obviously, and we open up our wall space. In our beautiful little hip-hop cafe, we open up our wall space to artists who come in and do shows, local artists. This jacket was designed by this fabulous young woman. Her name is Shakimono. Shakimono.
Shakimono,
At
right.
Shakimono. And so this woman,
Look them up on this show.
really fabulous young woman. We gave her first solo show. It was super exciting, and she used artwork as a way to kind of get herself out of her depression when she was homeless, and it was just like really crazy. And so she works on, she paints fabric. And so this was an old jacket of mine. I said, do something fabulous with it. And so I commissioned her to do this for me. I would never have found out about this young woman had she not actually applied to be an Artist of the Month. And it's just like but creating those type of opportunities for people that are so talented in our own community
Can you snap
to
it
do
up?
their stuff. That's what we were doing. And it's just, and so that's really what it is. It's like, I like coffee and all, but really what I like better is community and creating spaces for people to feel that, so that the beautiful space that they're in reflects back on them. Because we are told so often that there's nothing of value in our community, including ourselves. And that's why we have got to start making sure that we are part of the development pipeline. Because I am so sick and tired of people that are working in the affordable housing and the community development space, running around talking about they should do something good for us. Damn it, no. We should be doing that for ourselves. Okay? And I'm not saying, believe me, I'm a black, proud black woman. Okay, so I know, believe me, the stuff I've had to self-finance, and it's been really, really crazy. So like, if anybody to come up and tell me that I'm a friggin' colonizer, it's just like, are you out of your mind? Like, I've literally gone broke trying to like support my community. Because there's so many folks out there trying to support black women. So many.
Are you being
Yes,
sarcastic?
there's a line out the door.
I think she's
It should be sarcastic.
I
I think she sucked her teeth as well, though. I'm not sure. She did suck her teeth.
This is,
I saw a neck going.
I know, don't let my little Valley Girl accent fool you. It's like, you know where I'm from?
She's from the Bronx.
Where you get from?
She did it.
Yes. And if anyone knows about accents, it would be us.
It would be. We do know about accents, darling. Diction.
Poets.
But I think what you were pointing out is exactly what Miss Jackson was telling us at the Yes, about the 3 P's.
Yes.
About pride,
Over
progress, yes, and presentation. It's always about the presentation, darling. But you must have pride in what you're wishing to present. And it's always about progressing. So not staying in the same position. So if you are going to wish to stay and live in something called the black egg, why? Because you're not even really living there, are you, darling?
It's about the blood movement.
Yes. Blood movement.
Oh, I thought you said the blip, as in black men.
The blood.
The blip.
That's
But
I'm
that's a
joking.
good, yeah. That's a
We're going to need.
Add that to the lexicon.
Yes, editor. Yes.
Add that to the lexicon.
Oh, you're just getting another chair. Okay, I thought you were. Oh.
Is this where we pause?
Is this the end?
Oh,
I was quite connected. I kind of felt like, sort of like what Siamese twins feel. Yes. I was very connected.
very good. Continue just to sway us.
Yes.
And what was that word you said? The blip. Instead of myth, blip.
The blip.
Like the black that it's like we live in and to be authentically black means to be that we're always in a state of struggle.
And suffering.
And that's a myth.
I saw
The
that.
black-
Why can't we be fabulous?
Well,
And feel it and know it.
Is
It's
that,
not like, it's not like we don't acknowledge it. I mean,
we're
fabulous?
of course. But it's also supposed to be a small percentage. And
You fabulous too? Are you fabulous? Are you fabulous? Are you fabulous? I can't hear the fabulous. You must know you're fabulous.
We're anointing the space with gladulosity.
Fabulosity.
Lots of gladulosity.
Yes.
Two words behind it.
Because you can only sing "We Shall Overcome" so well.
Before you get off,
I'd like to do it in the past tense. Like, yeah, we overcame.
yeah.
Yes, we're over it.
It's over.
It's done.
It's over.
Yes, so we need to get over it.
Yes, we do.
We need to move
On.
correct.
Yes.
Yes, so let's all say that. Let's move on. No, you need to do it with hand. So let's move on. There we go.
Very good. It's like feel good.
It felt good to me.
It's kind of like yoga, yes.
Let's move on when it comes to the video.
Yes, indeed. And we love it. We're definitely going.
Yes, we're advertising the cafe, but let's move on.
So, Hoodrich.
Yes, we need to move on.
Yes, really quickly. What is your thoughts on this, Sarah? Hoodrich.
Was there little scrapple about them viewing you as a hoodrich?
Yes.
Are you
You
a
know,
hoodrich?
I'm actually confused by that term. I've heard it, but I've heard it used a couple of different ways. So, how do you mean it?
Well, I just found
know.
it. I found it on the internet.
No, the internet.
Let's do a little ditty with Victoria.
Yes.
Mahatha, but deal with this.
Yes. And you're the expert.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
See, because I've heard it, who's just like doesn't even live in the hood anymore, but they're like identify from the hood, but they're really rich and they take
Oh, they like
the
rope
persona.
It's
washing?
not washing.
It's like Jay-Z would be considered hood rich, right? Yeah. Right? This is what I'm already telling you. I'm thoroughly confused. Or I've heard it that you don't need money.
Hold you back. Quite say that about Jay-Z.
Or that you don't need money in the hood, and so you can just be your authenticity. As a person of limited means is what makes you hood rich. I've heard it used both ways.
Mom.
So which one is it?
The second one.
The second one. Okay.
This one.
We didn't do a survey for that one, but I
No,
should
we
read
didn't.
it. Well, you respond on our Instagram. You let us
Yes,
know.
please let us know
Constantly-
what you think Hoodrich is and who they are, and if you could point them to us,
Yes, give us
we would
a-
love to interview them.
Yes, last name, yes. Okay, so we can move on. Thank you. Thank you so much, Medora. And there's also this here. I was like, these are not quite the window treatments that I would like to use. But something about rezoning and displacing and working class and families.
Yeah, I think the rezoning is often, at least the way that it's been working in the Bronx, is that they're talking about there's a lot of market rate coming in but there's also a lot of affordable housing, but no one really wants to go more dense, actually create more supply for some reason, which I don't fully understand. But I also know that it's not just these things that displace people, it's also the way that the real estate market actually works, and the fact that there hasn't been a dedicated push to support the wealth creation of Black families and people of color around this country. Because it's, historically there's been a lot, of really awful things that are done around financing in the banking industry that absolutely discriminated against people of color. However, but there's been so little, despite the fact that there's this huge social justice and nonprofit industrial complex, there's actually been so little education on how people can actually create and retain wealth, which is usually keeping your home, if you have one, and so opening businesses. And there's very little education around that.
Well, then that's why you get the hood rich then, right?
Yes.
That's why they become hood rich.
I guess, why you have to feel like you're hood rich, as opposed to like retaining the property that your parents might have brought back. Yeah, literally. No, when they bought their houses back in the days when land was really cheap, and now predatory speculators would come in and they'll be like, I'll buy that house off of you for and it's usually more money than the people have ever seen at one time in their lives, as opposed, and then they go, okay, and then the place becomes, and then that's when people start shedding, their wealth, and they can't increase it, and there's nobody, for the most part, telling them that don't do that.
Stop it.
Save your, build the equity in your family, and produce generational wealth. Like, it was ironic, as I actually didn't see those two folks, but my coffee shop was protested.
Recently?
Last year by some anti-gentrification activists, calling me all sorts of things like that. And it was so ironic that the day we were protested, we were actually hosting a community meeting for local homeowners and small business owners to get 0% interest loans and low interest loans to stay in their properties and to do business development. It was so ironic. And but again, the lack of education. So that's why folks, people who don't quite understand what we're doing, will say, I'm just trying to force people to sell their homes, or trying to make them.
But that's not you, darling.
I know, but
you're
if they
opening a
don't
cafe.
know.